And oh no, he's gonna get surrounded by those things and be the same as that last boss. You're on fire now, you jerk. Oh, what's he doing? Turning into a big amorphous blob on the ceiling. Oh no, it's Morpha 1.0. Yeah, basically this is a hard boss if he can attack you, but if you know how to not let him attack you, it's hard for him to attack you. And also the elemental arrows, I think they do a little more damage or something, and he doesn't run around as much as the first Gekko. It is pretty fun though, although this is annoying. It's like those stupid dead hands except 10 times harder to get, or not harder, but it takes too long. It's the same thing with like Fan and Kirby games. I really don't mind taking damage, but when you have to make it take like 10 freaking minutes, I start getting pissed off. I imagine you could maybe hurt him with your sword. Too lazy to try it when I know the arrows already work. Also, if he has to be on the ceiling, you can freeze him like that whenever, but he won't crack otherwise. But if you do that, it puts you in a prime position for doing something like that. Although, yeah, if you do it when it's in that position, it just switches back to its normal way of doing it. It's sort of wonky, but not that bad. Come on, aren't you about done? Let's see, can I get this without any more hits? Hopefully. I think this should be his last health. Anyway, yes, that does hurt you. I was just curious about that. Yep, and there we go. And he's turned into a little froggy. And remember that bit, like 5, 6 parts ago, where I de-thawed the mountains? This hellishly monotonous side quest is 1/4 of the way to, or actually now 2/5 of the way to completion.
Ah, Dongoro, it has been so long. What has brought you all this way? Could it be, has spring finally come to the mountains? Look, it is true, winter has took so long, I hope.
You jerk, you jerk, you jerk, stop being a bad side quest. I mean, it's not a bad side quest, but they don't really give the frogs good character development like some of the other side quests I'm more willing to spend time on. I like the design on these boss key chests. Yada-da-da-da-da-da-da. You got a boss key. It's funny how the 2 keys in this entire dungeon are right next to each other right here, and the rest of the stuff is just managed otherwise. Anyway, I'll need to look at the flow of the red water. But I think that we are about done here, and we can reverse the flow of the water. Haven't been paying too much attention to stray fairies, but I'm hoping that I'm gonna be getting them all. Well, yes, I'm hoping I'll get them all just through knowing where they are and getting all the ones in areas instead of missing some of them in areas. I don't know. It takes too long to really get up there because when you're around the perimeter of the water, you go a lot faster, naturalish. And yeah, the Zora tries to dive since there's water right there, and I guess young Link does too, but nah, Zora, I mean, I don't think the Zora is actually slower than young Link. He's not as fast as the Goron, naturally, and I don't know about the Deku, really. It's sort of weird. Whoops. But yeah, I don't know. This jump, really, it's not hard at all, but it causes a little too much trouble for me. And of course, troubles like this I naturally don't pay much mind. And I just randomly pressed the X button when I was trying to mash A to break the barrel. And I keep forgetting that it even lets you use the items that way. Anyway, this is of course the wrong... Oh wait, no, it's the right way. Wow, that's weird. I always go to the wrong side of this though. Huh. Anyway, now that the red thing is open, there's this doohickey, which I spend forever trying to figure out how to get to. There's a hookshot target right there. Not really hard to find, but it's not obvious either. I thought I was supposed to use the ice arrows or something because that seemed intuitive enough to me. Like, oh, there's a thing in the water that's out of my reach. I should probably use my ice arrows to try to jump up on it, and I spent like 1 billion ice arrows in 1 billion years trying to do that, and it didn't work very well. Oh well, not a big deal. Glad I figured it out, though, and didn't, like, glitch up there and then waste a million times doing this. Anyway, oh no, the water wheels stopped because of equal pressure on both things. I'm not exactly sure that's how it would work, but, well, maybe... it's easy enough. It's not like a huge plot inconsistency. But anyway, if you can see over here, the things you used to get up stopped working, and the only hookshot spot is right over there. Oh no, there's no way to get back into the main part of the dungeon. We're all screwed. That was a deep dive. Trying to kill yourself from the pressure link. So you naturally turn off the yellow switch palace, which was on from the beginning. Now you can't get mushrooms out of yellow switch blocks anymore. Oh no. The red one was useless. It had a few shortcuts and stuff. I guess you needed it to get to the vanilla secret, but screw vanilla secret. I like that when I got free mushrooms, at least I have the free feathers still. A lot of that Super Mario World reference. And luckily, the other use of the yellow water pressure, which was this, is still functioning just fine since it splits off right there. You'd think that that would sort of half the pressure, but I'm willing to take a few logical problems like that less than badly. Words. Anyway, if you haven't noticed, now this is going around the other way, so we can go around the other way. Hooray! Hooray. Alright, I thought there were so many entrances I went in of because they were the ones that dumped me out that I couldn't get back in because of the current. And I just figured, oh, okay, that's one of the ones on floor X. That must be one of the ones I could get in while it was turning that way. And anyway, this is the opposite direction of that really strong current in that one room, being so specific. And this room took me a while to figure out too, I won't lie. I'm not really the best at playing Zelda games for my first time. I mean, effectively my first time, since I pretty much just religiously followed the guide. Last time as in I played this recently, or blah 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 blah. Talking when I do not know the exact wordings of which I would like to use for the words of which I am using. Anyway, free stray fairy right here. Bit of a confusing one if you don't know where to look. Bit of a hard one to time if you don't know where to time. You could theoretically hookshot to the chest, but it's easier to do it while it's sitting still, which is not for very long. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I like how that works. Because if you hookshot on a moving platform, the hookshot still goes to where you pointed it at. And okay, only 5 more, and 1's in this room. I know 2 are in the next room, and 2 are in the boss room. So, yeah, that's it. Cool. Cool. That was less stressful than the... Oh, that's weird. You can see the entrance. Yeah, that was less stressful than the Snowhead stray fairies for sure, even if this temple might be a little more disorienting. The problem with Snowhead is it had that stupid... or it had a bunch of stupid ones that you had to, like, re-enter old areas to go get. And our new friend, Ike, Stone Tower, which we'll be seeing before too long, likes to do that kind of crap where you have to re-enter in a different time and confuse Revolution. Anyway, this one I missed. I didn't really have to look it up, I'd say, but I did look it up. It's actually a bit of a tricky one to get to, because not only do you have to stop this and start climbing over here, you need to get on this side of it and climb up this way so you can have a clear shot at the chest to hookshot yourself over. And nothing spectacular, just another stray fairy. And whoops, I dicked myself over, but it's okay because I can use it to demonstrate a new exciting mechanic. When you've seen me freeze the other waterfall and now this one, and it just leaves a little icy bit at the top there. Well, this icy bit can be de-iced with a fire arrow. Pretty clever, and this is like the first Zelda game in which you ever used treasure from a dungeon that wasn't just the arrows. I guess technically the fire arrows are just the arrows, but yeah, it's the first time you used a treasure from a different dungeon in a dungeon ever. Besides arrows, because arrows just sort of replace your sword as a long-range sword or something after you get them. Yeah, these aren't exactly the best sentiments, and whoops, being impatient. You've done it again. And by done it again, I mean wasted 15 seconds. Oh no. Okay, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have plenty of time to do other crap after I finish the dungeon, since it's only just now getting close to the night of the second day, and okay, that time I managed to be impatient, right? And freeze you again, or not. Yeah, you really only have to hit the waterfall, and the ice travels up and then dissipates the falling part. Again, there could be slight realistic inconsistencies. I don't even